I've made videos on why the battle droids' voices changed and why the clone troopers' voices changed, but one of the most interesting, noticeable, and sometimes annoying, but also sometimes great voice changes for me has always been that for Emperor Palpatine. You probably know that the Emperor himself in live action is played by the amazing actor Ian McDiarmid, and you might also guess that he isn't always the voice actor of the Emperor in every spin-off show and game. So why does the Emperor's voice change, and what does it change to? And what are the behind-the-scenes stories of how these changes came to be? And how do these affect the story and the viewers? It's time for a deep dive. Let's start at the beginning this time, way back in 1980, when Palpatine made his first appearance as the Emperor in The Empire Strikes Back. At that time, the Emperor's costume was really just an actor in an old man mask with chimpanzee eyes superimposed over in post-production. But the original voice was provided by Clive Reville, a Shakespearean stage actor from New Zealand. That first voice for the Emperor is pretty good, and it laid the groundwork for his future characterization.
The Force is strong with him. The son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi.
Ultimately replaced by its successor, the legendary Ian McDiarmid Emperor. McDiarmid was brought in to give the Emperor life in full costume for Return of the Jedi's finale, providing his own uniquely chilling take on the campy Shakespearean voice.
I'm looking forward to completing your training. In time, you will call me Master.
McDiarmid continued to play the iconic villain in both his ominous Sidious form and his charming Palpatine one, throughout the prequel trilogy, and even replacing the original Emperor with new revised dialogue and footage for the 2004 DVD re-release of The Empire Strikes Back.
We have a new enemy. The young rebel who destroyed the Death Star. I have no doubt this boy is the offspring of Anakin Skywalker.
Ian McDiarmid was and still is irreplaceable as Palpatine in the Star Wars universe. But still, he's not available for every project, so other actors have to be brought in over the years. My personal favorite is Sam Witwer, the famous Star Wars aficionado and voice actor who also brought life to Darth Maul in the Clone Wars and Starkiller from The Force Unleashed, among others. He knows the lore well, and he does a great job of bringing the dark edge of Sidious's personality to the forefront whenever he plays the Emperor.
How is it?
Your feeble skills are no match for the power of the dark side.
His voice is also the one you hear in The Force Unleashed, the new Battlefront 2, other video games, and various LEGO movies whenever Sidious is on screen. On the flip side, the actor Ian Abercrombie got the voice of Chancellor Palpatine perfectly right in Clone Wars TV show, with a fatherly tone to Anakin, and that experienced political style when talking with Padme or other senators.
Isn't it remarkable that one can have all the power in the galaxy, and yet the words of a single senator can sway the thoughts of millions? For now, we must adhere to the principles of our democracy. We must let the wheels of the Senate turn.
I also have to include that he played the role of Professor Crumbs too in Wizards of Waverly Place on Disney Channel, for anyone else who was a fan of that show.
We are falling into a black hole and we need help!
Professor Crumbs, I got it. Why don't we get him out of the black hole by just going into the black hole?
That's idiotic.
The man had an unmistakable persona as the charming father figure type with a slight edge, which made it all the more sad when he unfortunately passed away after the Clone Wars Season 5. The new actor brought in to replace him was the very famous actor Tim Curry. While Curry is a fantastic actor overall with a wide variety of movies to his name, I personally wasn't a fan of his role in the Clone Wars, though. His Palpatine seemed far too rough, nowhere near the original voice of McDiarmid or Abercrombie.
You have been charged with sedition against the Jedi Order.
And his Sidious had a strange deepness to the voice that's not present in the usually soft-spoken Sith's other appearances.
I am most impressed to see you have survived your injuries.
And it doesn't help that the main place I knew him from previously was his role as Nigel in The Wild Thornberrys on Nickelodeon.
Sorry, are you filming?
Not anymore. It moved.
The rock moved? Astonishing.
Whenever I hear this,
You have been charged with sedition against the Jedi Order.
I see this.
You have been charged with sedition against the Jedi Order.
So you can imagine how the lack of performance range really hurt my investment in Sidious for the final few Clone Wars seasons. But with each change of actor, we do get some development to the Sidious and Palpatine characters. The change to Tim Curry, for example, can be seen as Palpatine gaining more edge as we get closer and closer to his full reveal in the end of Revenge of the Sith. And likewise, the change from McDermott in live action to Abercrombie in the shows can be seen as showing more of the day-to-day Palpatine just kind of being a father figure to Anakin. But despite all these changes over the years and the various actors who played Palpatine in his different roles over time, each one still remains a classic, and every time he's on screen, Palpatine is just a joy to watch, no matter who's playing him. Even if it strikes me sometimes as a bit too Thornberrys.
The rock moved? Astonishing!
But let me know in the comments, who's your favorite Palpatine voice actor and why? Which less famous ones did I not cover in this video? And be sure to check out my other videos on the clones and droids voices changing too, and my other Star Wars analysis videos on the channel. Until next time, this is Deep Dive, signing off.